Good morning, Millis Middle School and High School. This is Mr. Dickey, principal at the high school. We're going to practice an important safety drill this morning.
The following procedures would be followed to lock down the school when there was an intruder or threat inside the building.
The school is in lockdown. This is a drill. The school is in lockdown. This is a drill. Again, the school is in lockdown.
This is a drill.
Please direct all students, staff, and visitors into your classroom or your secured space. Now close and lock the door, being sure to remove the magnet. If you wish, you can barricade the door using desks or other safely movable furniture. Be sure to take attendance, prepare a list of who is present and who may be missing, and keep the list with you.
An average of 240 gun deaths occur each year in Massachusetts. 39% of them are homicides, and Massachusetts ranks 50th nationwide for gun-related violence each year. Even though we live in a relatively safe state, nationwide there are an average of 110 gun deaths each day, including 12 children. In the 2020 to 2021 school year, there were 93 school shootings in the United States. Now we're going to go and interview some students around the school and see how safe they feel.
I feel relatively very safe here. We have someone who is part of the police force who's here every day, so that element makes me feel very safe. But also the teachers here, I know they have to go through some form of training with safety procedures, so that I've never felt unsafe coming into school.
If you could take a guess, how quickly do you think the police arrive at our school?
I mean, Millis is a very small town. So I would say it would take them 2 minutes max.
How safe do you feel in our school?
I'd say I feel safer than a Peter Pot. No, I'm pretty safe, I feel like. I mean, Massachusetts is not too much that's going to go wrong, and we're a pretty small school, so I think the worst thing we're going to get is bad food, you know what I mean? How quick do you think they can arrive? Well, Hemp's already been one of this school, plus they're 0.2 miles down the road. I'd say about 30 seconds they can be here.
How safe do you feel in our school?
I feel safe. We have a cop here, so I definitely feel safe, and the doors are locked.
If you could guess, how quickly do you think the police can arrive at our school?
I would say within 5 minutes, because the school is pretty close to the police station, and not that far of a drive.
How safe do you feel in our school?
Pretty safe. I don't ever feel as much as unsafe, but I also don't think this place can always be safe. I feel like everyone feels a little unsafe at school now, but I feel somewhat safe.
If you could guess, how quickly do you think the police can arrive at our school?
Maybe 3 minutes, because the police station isn't that far away.
When I think about a school shooting, I think the most important thing is time. It's timing. It's all about timing. If you are in your classroom and you hear that there is an active shooter or that we're in lockdown, as a teacher, if you know that this is not a drill, and we usually know when it's a drill, the first thing you do is go and lock your door. So we have these strips on our door, and if your door isn't locked and that strip isn't on there, you've got to find your keys. I'm in the middle of a TV studio, a million projects, I'm not expecting it. I often move these. They could be behind me on a rack, they could be on my desk, they could be in my pocket. Those seconds it takes for me to look for it are so critical, because it's the amount of time somebody could get down the hallway. And how I react to that. I think about one time I had a medical emergency in my family, one of my family members. And I was able to, in a panic, I was terrified, but I was able to direct people. You get him on the floor, you call 911. I was sort of ordering people around, even though my head was completely spinning. And you don't know how you're going to react in a crisis. So, I mean, the medical situation was fine, and afterwards when I was thinking about it, I thought, well, maybe I'll be okay if there's a crisis, but I don't know. What if I freeze and someone else has to find my keys and lock the door? Who knows what's going to happen? So that definitely weighs on teachers, making sure that we make that correct decision in the right amount of time to protect our students. Let me show you what I mean. So here's my door. This metal strip will allow this door to stay open. And in the morning, when I open the door, I keep it locked. Now I can open it and it doesn't lock. If there's a shooter in the building, I don't have to look for my keys. I run over here, pull this strip, shut the door. This is a bucket of supplies to try to help me barricade that door. We're in a pretty good situation here in the TV studio, but we definitely want to throw as much furniture against this door as we possibly can. And once we do that, we start to think about our exit plan. How are we going to get out if somebody gets in? So there's a lot to think about, and it's something that I don't think about every day. I feel like we're really safe here in Millis, but I'm sure that's what people in other schools thought too. So it's good that this school does a lot of training. I feel like the new training that the school has given us has helped me to, I guess, feel a little bit more confident that I can protect my students. I mean, there are no guarantees, but hopefully I'm able to hit that time right and get it all locked down as quick as possible.
Now we're going to go talk to our school secretaries, and they're going to show us how they unlock and control the doors that let everyone in the building. What drew you back to Millis High School when you started teaching?
Oh, I loved it here. So I'm from Millis, so that's why I guess that's why you said back to Millis. But I taught for 3 years at Natick High School, and a job opened up here. Jobs don't open up as often because it's such a small school, and I thought, oh, this would be my opportunity. And my friends with Mr. Ingraham, I remember he called me and said, hey, there's going to be an opening, and I thought it would be great to kind of come back to my hometown. Yes, so that's why, and I'm happy I'm here. Yeah, I think there's more training now. I'm just thinking about it, just anecdotal, but I would say that more training about active shooter drills. You know, I think back when I was in school, and maybe even when I first started teaching, it was more about fire drills. We still have the fire drills, but all of the active shooter trainings, that's been the big difference. Maybe, I want to say maybe since Columbine, which that was probably, you know, the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. So that might have been the start of it. And even the shooter trainings have changed. It used to be, you know, kind of the code red that we would do, and now it's a little different in that we are trained to take kind of a more of a proactive approach.
Today we're going to interview the school officer.
My main role in the building each day is to make sure everybody's safe, make sure all the doors are locked, and if there's assistance needed by the principal or anybody else, the teachers, I'm available anytime for a resource. I'm here all day, so I'm here, but if we needed assistance from the police department, we're probably about 30 seconds away from the station, so I'd probably say if they're in the area, probably about a minute.
Do you feel that since you started working in the building, your daily responsibilities have increased?
Yes, so this will be my 7th year doing this, and since then, yes, my daily operations have increased probably by double since 7 years ago.
We're going to do a spot safety check around our school and see how many teachers have their magnetic safety strip or if their doors are locked. To wrap up our research, we decided to go around the whole school and check how many doors were actually locked and how many were unlocked. We found that 56% were unlocked and only 44% were actually locked, so there clearly is some work that needs to be done.
Okay, everybody, this is Mr. Adiki coming back on the announcements again. Just to let everyone know that the lockdown drill is now over. I repeat, the lockdown drill is now over. The lockdown drill is now over.
I repeat, the lockdown drill is now over. The lockdown drill is now over. thank you for your cooperation. Everybody did a fantastic job through that drill, and we appreciate everything.